Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Who is Who on Alhikmat TV 24/7 online. We are very much blessed and privileged to have with us in Alhikmat studio Commissioner Yvette Colbourne. Did I have that correct?
Yes, yes.
And
thank
welcome
you.
to the show. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate being here.
Good. And for you viewers out there worldwide, Commissioner Yvette Colbourne is the commissioner with Miramar City here, Florida, USA. She's been a vice mayor many times of the city. She first ran and won in 2013, and then she won back her seat in 2017. She has a very, very interesting background, a lot of experience in community services. So stay tuned as we talk to her about her background, her community services, and her running back again 2021 for Commissioner of C2 in Miramar City. Did I have all that correct?
Yes, beautiful. You did a wonderful
Good,
job.
thank you very much. So tell us a little bit about your background. I know before we came on the show, we got a little bit about your Jamaican background, your Panama background, your New York background. And I would always love to say, because when I saw Kamala Harris became Vice President of the United States of America, I thought about you. Do you know that? I thought about Yvette Colbourne. I said, listen, Yvette and Kamala can pass as sisters. That's number one. And then I went back and I saw that you guys got a similar kind of East Indian, Jamaican, African background.
Well,
so could you share that with our viewers?
Wonderful. Well, I am certainly flattered that you thought of me. I think it's a wonderful thing that we have a female vice president and someone who is so diverse in her culture as well. And there are some similarities in that my paternal grandmother is of Indian descent. So I do have Indian heritage, and my father was born in Jamaica. So I have that mixture which is similar to hers.
Yes. So then very soon we might see you in a couple of years running for vice president or president.
Oh my goodness. You know, I am just seeking re-election to the City of Miramar Commissioner right now.
Well, you cannot tell her.
I'm so proud of her. Yeah, that is true. But I am certainly very proud of her and her accomplishments. I don't want to take anything away from that. That's a wonderful thing for the city, for the United States of America as a whole, for the country. So yes, and my mother's father, he's also from Jamaica. They migrated to Panama to work on the Panama Canal.
Oh, interesting.
So, you know, during that time, you had a lot of individuals leaving Jamaica to work on the Panama Canal, some of which went back. In his case, he stayed in Panama and built his family in Panama. So I do have that diversity, which is really beautiful for the city of Miramar, because the city of Miramar is a very diverse city as well. We have over 30% Hispanic. We have probably one of the largest Caribbean community, the largest Jamaican community in South Florida. So I feel very much at home in the city of Miramar, where I've lived for almost 30 years now as well. So.
Wow. And again, I mean, I must say, with Kamala Harris being vice president, it opens many doors for people like you with your political background and your community services, etc. So let me ask you, what really motivated you to get involved in politics? I mean, I know you're running back for this seat now, seat 1 in Miramar City, but I mean, very briefly, because we want to talk a little more about some of the things you have accomplished as commissioner in Miramar City and some of the things you hope to accomplish when you are re-elected. And I don't say if, I say when you are re-elected, some of the things that
Yeah.
you hope to accomplish. But what motivated you to run as commissioner in Miramar?
Well, I tell you, I have 30 years of public service experience in, in Miami-Dade County. And for me, it was a natural transition to go from leaving Miami-Dade County working with the public all those years, and becoming a commissioner. So during the time when I worked for Miami-Dade County, I was very involved in my community, serving on many boards with the city, and even helping out others who were running for office as well. So it was just a natural transition for me, and the background, the experience, it really helped me once I was elected, in order to understand the issues and to be able to assist the city and in making a difference and really accomplishing many of the things that I have accomplished in the city. It truly helps when you have that background. In addition, I do have a master's in public administration. So basically,
That definitely enhances your ability to do these kind of community services.
Absolutely. So public service is a passion for me. This is something that I've done for many years, and this is something that, at this point have come natural for me. I want to be there to assist and to help the public and to make a difference. And I have the education and the experience in order to do so and truly improve our community.
This board that you were serving on in Broward
Yes.
County called MPO,
Yes.
what is this board all about, and what kind of services this board organization offers?
Okay. So as a City of Miramar Commissioner, I am the commissioner that represents the City of Miramar on the MPO board. The MPO board is a Metropolitan Planning Organization, and what it does, it administers the funding for transportation, road improvement, federal funding that we receive to all municipalities. So we administer those. I am very proud to say that since I have been on that board, the City of Miramar has been able to secure almost $50 million in funding for sidewalks and road improvements. And those are things that are so needed in our communities. And over the next 5 years, we will see those improvements. We will see that those changes in our community. You'll see more bike lanes. You will see, lighting, because when we put in sidewalks, it's not just sidewalks, it's a complete street grant. So they are looking at everything that makes that street complete for pedestrians to be able to walk, for the streets, for the cars that drive on it. They consider everything in the area. And we have done some of those projects on both on the historic side of Miramar as well as on the western side of Miramar. And they've been very successful. They're truly improved the areas. And I'm truly looking forward to seeing that the additional funding that we have received spent over the next 5 years.
I don't want to cut you, but I must testify to that, because in the last many years that I've been in, more than 25 years or so living in Miramar City, I have seen that kind of development and changes on the roads and the whole landscaping changes in Miramar City over the last decade. And I'm sure credit comes to you for that, because if you are with the MPO and you got over $50 million in funding, that is phenomenal. I can testify to that. I've seen the kind of beautiful changes on the walkways and the full 9 yards. But speaking about grants,
yes,
I understand that you were somewhat influential in the small business grants from Miramar City. Tell our viewers a little bit, because we got viewers worldwide.
Yes.
Someone may be sitting somewhere in New York, in Japan, listening to this interview, but they can have a relative with a business in Miramar City. That's how small the world is.
Absolutely.
That's
That is so true.
That's why, we love to do this kind of global discussions.
Yeah.
And somebody sitting somewhere in Jamaica and they got a relative. So what is this small business grant about?
Okay, the city of Miramar, we have small business grants. The federal government also have grants that they give to municipalities throughout. And in some areas, they have what they call CDBG funding. And CDBG funding is the federal funds for businesses and in other economic development areas. But then you have areas that need it. You have small businesses that need these grants, and they may not qualify for the CDBG areas. One of the things that the city of Miramar has done is that we have invested in grants for our businesses that cannot qualify for CDBG, for instance. And we have done a redevelopment on Miramar Parkway and 69th Avenue, the B&M Shopping Plaza. Now this plaza was, as we would say, a rundown. This was really in need of improvement, and it was a hole in a donut, meaning that all of the other commercial properties around were being developed.
Right.
You had Public Shopping Center, you had Bravo Supermarket, you have the city of Miramar was developing their band shell, and you had this shopping center and this shopping center owner who was in need. And we were able to provide a grant, a matching grant for them to be able to develop that shopping center. And you should see how it has improved that area. In fact, it has actually attracted a new business, Cleveland Ice Cream. And the maker of Cleveland Ice Cream is actually from the person who used to make the ice cream, one of our famous ice cream places in Davie, Florida. And it has really been an explosion when it comes to new people into the community, and new business into the community, new money into the community. So it just shows how investment affects the community.
So those grants are only for plazas, or just a small guy got a business in the plaza, can he apply for a grant?
Absolutely. We do have a lot of different grants program. For COVID-19, we have had $10,000 grants for businesses just to help out with their rents, their mortgage or utilities, because these businesses, we know they were shut down.
Yes.
And small businesses are really so important in our community. They really are the strength of our community. And if our small businesses fail, then their communities fail. So we want to make sure our small businesses are successful, especially during this COVID-19. So soon after COVID-19 and the businesses were closed down, before the federal government provided grants for us, the city of Miramar allocated $1 million for our businesses so that they can get $10,000 grants and help them out, help them to survive during this crisis.
That is phenomenal.
We were able to help many businesses, but you can imagine how quickly that type of funding runs out.
Of course. Well, you know what? I know we were talking about time. Do you know we have already been speaking for 15 minutes?
Oh, no,
and I wanted to go on a break after 12 minutes. So what is going to happen now? We're going to go on a short break.
Okay.
But when we come back, we need to talk a little more about what you hope to accomplish when you are re-elected this year, March 9th, 2021.
Awesome.
That's the date, right?
Okay.
What you hope to accomplish when you're re-elected as Commissioner of Miramar City. So for those of you who have just tuned in, we have been talking to Commissioner YvetteColbourne, who is a candidate commissioner with Miramar City. And I'm just trying to let this be known because of the global listeners we have. And she has won twice, 2013 and 2017, and she's running again on March 9th. So stay tuned. When we return, we'll talk a little bit on what she hopes to accomplish when she's re-elected as Commissioner of Miramar City.
Assalamu alaikum. Allah gives hikmat, wisdom, to whomsoever He wills. And whomsoever is given wisdom is certainly given a lot of good. Only the people of understanding will benefit from the reminder. Tune in to Alhikmat TV for khutbahs, lectures, and Islamic reminders. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Who is Who on Alhikmat TV 24/7. So for those of you who have just tuned in, we're talking to Commissioner YvetteColbourne, Commissioner at Miramar City, Florida, USA. We had a wonderful conversation with her before we went on the break, and now we want to talk a little bit with her on what she hopes to accomplish when she's re-elected. So welcome back to the show, Commissioner.
Thank you, thank you.
So getting right into the point because of time, I know you have accomplished a lot since 2013 with Miramar City and for Miramar City. But before we get into the exact point of some of the other things you would like to accomplish, tell us a little bit about some of the COVID-19 services that you have initiated for the residents of Miramar City.
So let me say this. One of the things that I have been truly passionate about, and I have many initiatives with, is with the elderly population. And I've always been there to support them. One of my first initiatives, first of all, I should say the city of Miramar, we approved a $60 million bond. And with that $60 million bond, we were able to accomplished quite a bit. One of the things we did, we had a new police headquarters, a fire station that we built out of that, many parks improvements. And one of the things that I truly pushed for was an adult daycare center, which is helps to make sure that our senior residents can stay at home as long as possible, because like kids, you can take them to the daycare center and bring them back home and they can remain in the homes with family. In addition, we have senior centers where they can go every day, you know, for those who are healthier and able to enjoy themselves. They can be part of the senior centers, and they take them on trips and they have meals together and so forth. So when COVID-19 hit our community, we had to shut down all of those centers and send them home and ask them to please stay at home and stay safe. So one of the things that I immediately initiated was to have a hot meal program sent to their home. This was just my way of lifting their spirit, you know, make sure that they know that we're still trying to help them out and we're still there for them. And also to make sure that they have that one balanced meal. At least we have something. There are other programs that provide weekly food to them, like Meals on Wheels, and they have those and they're frozen. But this is a hot meal that's delivered to them, ready to eat.
Saying that, it brings me to the famous saying, the way to a person's heart is through their stomach.
You know, you're absolutely right.
Yes.
And I truly love our seniors. I love to see how they interact and it's how they stay well, you know, they have fun together. So being able to deliver a hot meal to them once a week truly makes a difference to them. And that's one of the initiatives that we have been doing through COVID-19, and we'll continue to do it as long as funding is there and as long as COVID-19 is there.
Interesting.
So we have done that. The city of Miramar, we distribute, in partnership with Feeding South Florida, about 2,000 bags or boxes of food every week to families. About 2,000 families we feed every week. And those boxes will have stuff like chicken, potatoes, rice, vegetable, fruits, peas, a number of things. And you know, we distribute whatever is provided to us by Feeding South Florida.
I also understood that you did some sort of what do you call COVID testing for people at home, and then you have some vaccine services or something. Tell me about that.
Well, for seniors, we do testing at home. We do testing at home for individuals 65 years and older, and that was something that I truly encourage staff to do, because we don't want our seniors to go out and get further
So
exposed.
whom did you guys send to the homes? Medical?
We have
what kind
our
of
fire
medical
department.
facilities?
Our fire
Oh,
department.
fire department.
Yeah, they administer the program, so they will actually go there. They have the testing, and they will test them.
That is so unique,
Yeah.
so wonderful. And tell us about the vaccine. I know the vaccine is new, but isn't there some sort of program you?
You know, the vaccine is truly what's going to get us through this. You know, as soon as we can get everyone vaccinated, the vaccines, we are getting it from the federal government through the to the states, and the states they are distributing them through the health department.
Right.
The city of Miramar has not received them themselves, for us to administer. But we have our Memorial Hospital that has it. And throughout Broward County, there are many vaccination sites.
Right.
So we encourage our residents, they're being distributed now, they're being given to seniors 65 years of age and older. Those are the individuals that are receiving vaccine.
Right now.
Right now. And of course, our healthcare workers. Whenever I have any types of vaccination, or I know that there is something open, I do reach out to our elderly and let them know, so that they can get registered and they can be part of that. Some of them are getting it now through their doctor's offices as well. But it is so important, and I encourage them to take the vaccine, because many of our seniors and other individuals, they're a bit hesitant to take it.
Yeah.
And to all those, I want to say, I truly encourage them to take it. You don't want to get this. I have been fortunate thus far that I've not had it, but for the individuals that thank God, but for the individuals that I know that have contracted this disease, this virus has been terrible.
Very terrible. So tell us.
It's very terrible.
Time is just going. Could you believe?
It is.
I know you were wondering how are we going to get what we need to talk in all this time, but now we just got about 3-4 minutes left. So could you tell us and tell our viewers, as I said, worldwide, we got viewers worldwide, but the world is so small nowadays. The globe has become so small with internet and social media.
Yeah.
You can never tell someone is sitting in India, in Africa,
Exactly.
and they got a relative in Miramar City.
Absolutely.
And they will pick up the phone and say, hey, we listened to your commissioner, and such is the situation. So tell us what are some of the things you think or you would love to accomplish when you are re-elected?
Well, I thank you for that. First of all, I want to say that, I have served this city with integrity, with passion, and with a passion for public service. And I want to continue to do that, because I know I have made a difference in the community, and I would like to continue to be able to do so. For instance, sitting on an MPO board and being able to bring almost $50 million to our city, that money is going to be spent over the next 5 years. It hasn't been spent yet. So I want to be part of that. I want to make sure that those sidewalks improvements actually happen. I want to make sure that when we approve something, that I can continue to do that. I want to know that we continue to be one Miramar, that we represent all of Miramar, and we embrace our diversity. We look out for each and every community, because our communities are different and their needs are different. When I first ran, we talked a lot about East Miramar and West Miramar, and now when you look at it, you see all the improvements that we have made in East Miramar, or you can say historic Miramar, and in all of the needs from West Miramar, and they're closer together. And it's about, when I say one Miramar, and I talk about the needs of our community, it's about the city being able to provide services that are needed in an equitable way, so that every community actually gets what they need in order to improve their community and in order to sustain their individuals. So I want to continue to do that. I want to continue to be the progress of our cities. our communities here in the city of Miramar. And I look
Interesting.
forward to
Interesting.
continue to do that.
Well, that is fantastic, and I didn't get the opportunity to share with you, but I think I need to share with you in the last minute or so that we have,
Tell me.
that in addition to Miramar City having so many people from the Caribbean,
Yes.
Miramar City also has maybe the second largest amount of Muslims living in your city, if not the most Muslims. And why I said that, because, you know, as a clergy and as a community leader here, I do the maths with the different mosques
Okay.
and the geography of the mosque around the area. And from east of Miramar to west, you got a lot of Muslim residents who go to mosque in other cities around, Pembroke
Right.
Pines, Miami, wherever. But they reside in Miramar City, which is so interesting. And I come across a lot of people. You got a lot of Muslims who got businesses in Miramar City.
I am so glad that you brought that up, because that is the reason that I host an iftar dinner every year for the past 3 years. We didn't do it this past year
Yes. And I've been to one of those.
COVID. But I have a lot of partnership when it comes to the Muslim community, and you know, working on you know, food distribution as well. I get a lot of assistance. We partner in we have a food bank in one of our facilities that we've worked hand in hand with some of our Muslim community here to make sure that happen. We do book bag distribution as well with our Muslim community. So again, when I say one Miramar, in addition to equal services, we have a very diverse city.
Very
and we want
diverse.
to make sure that we acknowledge everyone in the community, that we partner with everyone in the community. And the Muslim community has been one of those communities that has stood out, that they have been a partner in our community, and I've been really happy to partner with them and do the iftar dinner every year.
Well, thank you very much, Commissioner. I mean, Miramar is a blessed city. It is so diverse, it is so beautiful from the east to the west. As you say, historic
It
Miramar.
is.
You can find all the different levels in Miramar City, which I love about Miramar City. It is really diverse, different people of different faiths and different cultures and all levels. So you're blessed to be a commissioner of Miramar City, and I hope you be the mayor one day very soon.
Oh boy, thank you
And
so
then
much.
vying up to Kamala Harris' position one day also. I mean, you can never tell. This is America, and that's the beautiful thing about the democratic system in the United States of America. You know, the doors are always open as long as you are honest, trustworthy, and are there for the community. So you got a couple seconds to conclude.
Well, you know, I am running for City of Miramar Commissioner to continue the work that I have done. So I ask the voters to please support me. Election is on March 9th, and you can vote by mail. You can vote in person. There won't be any early voting, but I would appreciate the support. Again, I have you know, been there for the city of Miramar, support the city of Miramar. I've worked with high standards, with integrity, and I want to continue to do that and make a difference in the community. So I would appreciate the voters. I thank them so much for their support this coming March 9th.
Well, thank you very much. And for viewers out there, because we're running out of time, we want to thank you for viewing this program, and always stay tuned to Alhikmat TV 24/7 online. And we wish Commissioner YvetteColbourne all the best when she is re-elected on March 9th, 2021. Thank you very much, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.